so awful out there. The humanitarian conditions are horrific. The volume of mass casualties we saw every day was terrible. The malnutrition is extreme. So the conditions are really indescribably terrible out there.
I mean, you'll know that you're sort of, alongside other humanitarian agencies, trapped in a sort of battle over narrative with the Israeli government. The Prime Minister saying yet again, definitively, there is no starvation in Gaza. How do you respond to that?
People will decide whether they want to believe people like me, who've seen with their own eyes people dying of malnutrition, dying of forced starvation, doctors who have experienced formula feed being taken out of their luggage by Israeli border guards to prevent them bringing it in to feed dying newborn babies.
Give us a sense of how all of those things sort of weave together, how the malnutrition feeds into doctors' ability to take care of the injured and the wounded.
People who come in severely malnourished, they're immunosuppressed, their tissues don't heal, they're much more likely to get serious infectious complications. We operate on so many people that knowing that all things being equal, they should survive those injuries, but knowing deep down that their malnutrition, their terrible general condition really made the odds of their surviving much, much lower.
And we know in recent days that the Israelis relented and have opened up more routes for aid to get in. We've seen airdrops over the region. Are you hearing that that is making any difference?
They need to open up the land route to get unlimited aid in. That is the only way of getting enough aid and food into Gaza.
I mean, obviously there's been a huge amount of focus on the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation and how those aid routes have or haven't worked, with claims by the UN that more than 1,000 people have been killed looking for food. What pressure does the international community need to be putting on Israel?
They need to re-establish the original food distribution methods and allow unlimited aid to get in. And that's going to happen only with unremitting pressure from Western governments.
It's interesting, I see on your social media, you've said very directly to the Prime Minister and to the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, I'm back and ready to talk to you. What would you say to them?
I would welcome the opportunity to go and talk to them. I would present to them the clear evidence of what I have seen. I will take photographs of the patients I have treated, of the severe malnutrition. I will describe in detail the gunshot wounds I have seen in young teenage males who've been shot at the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation.
Which, of course, the Israeli government and the IDF are completely denouncing. They're saying it simply isn't true.
Well, again, they are lying, and people will decide whether they want to believe people like me and many other healthcare workers who have described these injuries. So I would look Starmer and Lammy in the eyes and tell them what I have seen, and they need to do far more than the strong words that they have uttered so far.
Exactly on that point, they would say that there have been strong words, that they've prevented or suspended some of the arms licenses. Obviously, this week, Keir Starmer has talked about if Israel don't do more to end the war, the number of conditions he puts in place, then the UK government will recognise the state of Palestine. Is there any value in that?
It's bizarre that he is putting conditions upon that. But to come back to your earlier point, and you nailed it really when you said they put an embargo on some arms. They need to have a complete arms embargo to Israel. I'm afraid that the words they've come out with are frankly worthless in my view, unless they're accompanied by strong actions.
And just briefly, if you would, if more isn't done across the piece, what do you fear for the people of Gaza?
I fear that the end game, the very clear end game of the Israeli government is to ethnically cleanse Gaza, to carry out the genocide they are in the process of doing, and to eradicate the Gazans from that land.
And to their claim that people like you are part of the mouthpiece of Hamas, what do you say?
Well, it's just completely ludicrous. They're not allowing journalists in to provide independent evidence, so the only concrete evidence coming out is from the healthcare workers.
Professor Nick Maynard, thanks very much for talking to us.